What's up, guys? We're here at High Point Country Club Motocross, round 4 of the Pro Motocross Series, and we are finally on the East Coast. Enough of me, let's go straight to the press conference or press media session and see what the riders got to say. And as always, First Look is presented by 6D Helmets. 6D Helmets is dedicated to the relentless pursuit of brain protection. 6D's patented Omni-Directional Suspension technology provides protection capabilities unmatched by any other helmet design. A little more local for you now, we're back on the East Coast, so how we feeling, bro?
Feeling good. Better week than honestly last week. I mean, my results on paper don't show as good as I felt, to be honest. First moto crash came from last to mid-pack. Same with the second moto. I was in the first turn pile-up, so dirt was a lot better, like just being more East Coast at Thunder Valley, and then here we are at High Point, home race. Good vibes. I've always liked this track. Haven't ridden it a ton in my career. Just they don't have a lot of local races, even practices. So always an area qualifier or something, but yeah, I'm excited. Still home vibes, home dirt. I'm excited.
Awesome. And then finally, we might have a little bit of rain tonight, but I mean, last week we had rain Friday. Track turned out to be pretty good. Maybe a little deep, but you know, what do you think of that?
I mean, it's Pennsylvania. You're probably gonna get some rain, to be honest, and maybe a little bit of mud. I'm ready for whatever. I'm just excited to be here. Excited to go have fun and. I've been dreaming about this race since I was a little kid, so I'm just ready to have a blast and show some good results.
All right, Hunter, well, we just spoke off camera. Looks like we're back in Florida, so excited to be back in Florida, kind of getting now into this routine of the summer.
Yeah, it's always nice. Home is home, right? Wherever it is for whoever. At home with the dogs, the wifey, it's nice, you know, just creature comforts, right? But no, it's good. We did a lot of testing in California, which was good. Got to spend a lot of good time with the team. Obviously in Florida, we don't get to spend as much time during the weeks with our mechanics and crew staff. So that was really cool, hanging out with those guys. We love them, so it's always fun and never a dull time. So that was cool. But yeah, back in Florida, pretty normal week. Excited to be here in High Point, looking to finish off the first 4-round stint with a strong result.
Awesome. Just going back to last week, that first moto, before even the little bobble at the end, I mean, you four were running at a pretty high pace. How was it at the beginning? I'm assuming you probably heard Eli behind you, so how was it trying to figure out how to hold him off? And then what happened where you just kind of had that boost where you were almost about to get jet at some point?
Yeah, it was a good race. Felt really good and was just kind of pushing through. I think everyone felt about as good as each other, but it was just about honestly line choice, what lines you could just go a little faster in, not as deeper ruts and holes, and a lapper, or you'd take a different line and it would almost like break your rhythm. Like there were so many ruts around the whole track that I think it was just whoever could get in their rhythm and feel comfortable faster ended up translating onto the speed on the track. So it was good to be a part of that. Bummer on the last lap. I was in third right behind Jet and AP, and then yeah, that happened. So it's kind of bit of a bummer, frustrated me, but pretty uncharacteristic like for myself, I'd say. So yeah, here we are, new week, new race weekend. Go out there and have a chance to do something great.
But still solid result. Going into High Point this weekend, are we happy with the just East Coast vibes and everything?
Yeah, I'm ready. Yeah, last weekend, I missed the start completely, and yeah, that's my fault. So I have to, work on the start this week. Did a lot of starts, so yeah, just gonna try to do that.
Awesome. High Point, big hills, long ruts. Where does this rank for you?
I do like East Coast tracks, High Point, like a lot of ruts, and I don't know. I think the track gets a little more technical on the East, so I think that's gonna suit my style better, I would say. But again, like if you don't have the starts for a 280 class, you kind of like it's hard to catch up. So main thing for me is to get a good start.
Jalek Swoll, welcome back, man. It's been a while. Just how you been?
I've been good. Been through the ringer for sure, but I'm just stoked to be back. Familiar faces, good vibes here. Obviously, I hope the rain stays away, but for the most part, I'm just stoked to be back at the race. It took a long time and a lot of dog days to get my foot back to where it needs to be, and I'm still not completely there, but I feel like I'm good enough to be here, so no excuses. I'll deal with the pain, I'll deal with whatever, and just stoked to be back.
So, how did the high point? Was it kind of like random that it was this weekend, or did you specifically choose this weekend? Because I know, like, you probably like this place a lot. I'm assuming.
Yeah, I mean, I like it. And this one was kind of random, I think. The real goal was Redbud.
Okay.
And then I was starting to get my foot in a better spot. So I'm like, oh, let's go Southwick. Because I was like, I'm out all year. I'll be B practice, smooth sand track. I'm like, oh, that'll be sick.
That's
then
fun.
they're like 450s go first at Southwick. So I vetoed that plan. We're here. But I had a couple good weeks of riding, finally able to jumps. Just my foot felt decent enough to be here, and I feel like I'm only doing myself a disservice if I just keep on letting the rounds go on. Like, I know I'm gonna probably not be where I need to be fitness-wise yet. These guys have been racing all year, and obviously the pace is high, and there's a ton of good guys, so I'm not expecting to light the world on fire, but I do feel like I'm good enough to where if I get 2 good starts tomorrow, I can have a good result at the end of it. And I have obviously some fast teammates back home to compare myself with, so when I go against those guys back home, it gave me confidence to come out here.
Awesome. Well, we're happy to have you back, and good luck this weekend.
Yeah, appreciate it.
Going to last week, I think you said in the press conference you don't even know how you were up here, or was that Hangtown? I think that was last weekend.
Last weekend.
Last weekend.
Cool,
so
'cause
yeah,
I got 8th the first moto.
Yeah, but you had 2 really solid performances, I felt like. So do you feel like you're starting to get your groove going a little bit right now?
Yeah, for sure. It was a little tougher than I thought, maybe, coming back from Supercross crash or whatever. So, I feel like I'm building, slowly but surely. Speed feels good. Fitness is great. So I just got to get off the line. And that's kind of my whole goal going into this weekend is just like keep enjoying it, which I have been. But I got to start further up front. And I just want to see those front runners, last weekend, I was way back. And even by the time I got up to 3rd, they were 50 seconds ahead. So I want to start with them and just go have some fun with them. And I'm looking forward to High Point, and I'm really grateful to be racing, and it's been really fun.
So for starts, I know, obviously you're a little bit bigger than most guys in 250. Do you think that has to do, your starts not being there has to do with your height, or is it just that we're all on grades and it's such an even, thing now that people just have the technique just dialed? What do you think it is?
It's a little bit of both for sure. I'm probably 12 pounds heavier than I was last year, which is actually quite a bit on a 250. And I'm no longer small, that's for sure. So a little bit of that, and then even though the grades, they're pretty equal, and like you said, everybody's kind of got it dialed. Well, technique still is super important, and my technique has been kind of awful, and I would say it's 50-50 with me and also the bike. We got to work on the clutch a little bit more, but we did that this week, so hopefully it helps. At this point, I would love a whole shot, but honestly, I would just love to be top 10 on the start. I think last weekend I was around 20 at full start, so just keep building and work on those, and I think the speed and the results will start coming as well.
All right, Ty. Well, last week, obviously, I know second moto probably didn't. I don't know exactly what happened. I know it didn't go as good as the first moto did. First moto had some fire in you. Now we're here at High Point. Last year got the overall here, so we're trending, it looks like.
Yeah, hopefully run it back this year, but go for a 1-1 this year, not 2-1. But obviously just I was throwing up on the line. This kind of been the story last few rounds. Just been sick and dealing with that. But feeling better and better. And just looking forward to tomorrow.
So obviously now you've got almost, I guess, a full year now under this bike doing outdoors. Are you tweaking a little bit, or are you kind of at your setup that you're familiar with?
We actually made quite a bit of changes and big improvements in between the first couple rounds and stuff. It's actually a completely new bike this year, so couldn't really just throw on last year's outdoor settings and go out there. We had to do quite a bit of changes, but not really liking the bike. We made good improvement, and now I'm just kind of riding it, getting used to it, and went back to Texas this last week, so it's nice to ride it in good conditions, I know, and rough, and got to test in some other stuff that I was questioning in, and feeling pretty good, and looking forward to tomorrow.
Were you just banged up, I guess? I'm assuming you just need that body to heal, and how nice was it to be able to have that time to heal?
Exactly, yeah, just needed a weekend off. If I had to race, I probably could have, but just to minimize the damage, not to prolong the injury or make anything worse. So we decided to take the weekend off, heal up a little bit more, heal up the head, heal up the shoulder, and now I feel back to normal, back to come back to where I left off, and that was the main goal. Whenever I could do that, we were going to come back, and I didn't want to miss this one at High Point, the hometown race. So this is awesome to be here, and yeah, grateful to be back.
Not only did you have a good moto, but it felt like you were just charging kind of like throughout the whole thing. So for you, is this like your first rookie breakout ride personally?
Yeah, I feel like I finally gave myself a little bit. I feel like I finally gave myself a little bit of confidence last weekend. I ended up starting in second gear the first moto. I didn't know. I just didn't even think about it in my mind. I was like, oh, second gear, you know, everyone's bike slow this weekend, and no, I think I went over the whole shot line like 30th. So that wasn't ideal, and you know, I just pushed the whole moto and ended up getting up to 5th. And I was happy with it. You know, I feel like that's where I need to be. And second moto was going pretty well, and then I had the unfortunate bike problem. But you know, I feel like I gave myself some good confidence for the weekend.
Awesome. So for you now, you've got a couple motos under your belt now, racing the same kind of guys. Is it what you expected before you turned pro? And if not, then how is it?
It's definitely gnarly. I think I did Ironman last year, obviously, and I would just say the field is so much more stacked this year. Like this is a gnarly 250 class in my opinion, you know. And but it's good racing, and there's some good competition. So you know, I'm happy to be out there with all those guys, and it's only going to make you better.
I'm assuming you probably had a pretty good week, getting off the high from last week. How are we feeling?
Yeah, I feel really good. Just went back to the basics this week, and you know, did the same thing I did last week. Obviously, the 1-1 was great, but can't be too hyped about it coming into this weekend. Obviously, I'm looking forward to having the opportunity to go and try it again. And at the end of the day, I just want to be on the box and try to just stack some decent points. So yeah, I'm just looking forward to it.
Awesome. High Point for you. Where does this rank on your list?
Yeah, High Point's been kind of like up and down a little bit. Honestly, my results have been pretty good here. I podiumed last year. The year before, I led my first laps as a professional. So, yeah, it's I haven't really enjoyed the track, but I've always seemed to do pretty decent here. So, it's looking really good right now in the little bit of rain. I love riding the mud, so that little bit of excitement into it's going to be fun, and yeah, we're looking forward to it.
Exactly what we'll be looking at. Oh yeah.